Hey, welcome back. In this video, we're going to be playing around with the Winnebago View here. We've got another Class B that I think we'll probably get to, and I'm going to show you around what we've been updating on the shop, where it currently is at, and just kind of hang around with me for the week, huh? Okay, we've got a Winnebago View. I think it's about a 24-footer, Mercedes chassis. Just doing not a whole lot on it, just adding a battery and upgrading the solar. You can probably tell from looking around, definitely some things have changed. We've been able to clean some more stuff up. Got the poker table there still. We've got some pieces and parts of the sealant part from pulling off the old panels on this rig. I got my shoes here. I got the official Crocs. That's the workwear for anybody walking up on RVs. Let's go up here and see what we've been working on so far. I was smart enough to turn that fan blade off so I don't decapitate myself. There used to be two 100-watt panels up here, and I'll show you those here in a minute. I really like them, actually. But we're upgrading from two 100-watt panels to three 200-watt panels. And I had to get a little creative to make it work. But as you can see, it's going to work. This is pulled off that old sealant there. Put some Dicor on all those holes. The other panels used, they were ZAMP, so it's kind of part of a ZAMP system. So it used this ZAMP 3-port entry gland. You see these on Airstreams quite a bit, but it's also using those SAE style connectors. Here's one too. But to make this work, I actually had to make some taller Z brackets. Use the metal brake to bend up some aluminum for those, and that's working fine. So those are smaller ones, and that goes right over that gland without a problem like that. You take a look. We got some daylight there if you look. So that'll work just fine. And then the other two are right there. We'll hook all those up in parallel, because that's the way the system is. It's actually using a PWM controller, so for those we do have to run parallel. Not ideal, but it's basically maxing out what this system could do. It's a 40 amp controller, and with losses and everything, that's probably going to be about the maximum that controller can support. I did want to talk about how we deal with those SAE connectors, and these are MC4 style solar panels. How do we adapt those to that? We could replace that port, but I like to keep as much intact from the manufacturer as possible. I like to do that partially because the less I touch, the less can go wrong that can be blamed on us when it's safe, and I don't really see a problem with that. And actually, we're going to be protecting it now. So I feel like this is a win-win in a couple of ways. But back to this SAE connector. So what I like to do is, you can get these on Amazon, and they'll come with this gender reversing plug. And so what I do, you almost always have to put that on there. But what I do is I verify that the polarity is the same. So I'll put a multimeter on the ends of this, and then I'll put these MC4 connectors on a panel, and I'll test to make sure that the exposed is, I think in this case the exposed one here is typically negative, and then this one is the positive. And then what I do is take a little bit of heat shrink tube here like this, and I'll put this right over that. We do this on Airstreams quite a bit, and then, you know, this, as us dads like to say, this is not going anywhere. It's really solid. So just make up a couple of those, and we'll be in business up there. And then let's see what else we got going on in here. So this rig came with Lithronics batteries, which are really, really nice batteries. They support Bluetooth. I would say some people consider Battleborn to be the Cadillac of batteries, and they're a good battery, but I would say Lithronics are the Maserati maybe. They are I would say a level above for sure. Really nice batteries. But you're definitely going to pay a lot for them. The customer, well, it's over there. He supplied one SOK battery, and we're going to be putting that down here. There is an inverter in there that we originally talked about swapping out, but what he didn't realize is he purchased an inverter only, and this is an inverter charger. This is a Xantrax 2000XC, I believe. I don't know if we can see it there, but I looked it up at one point. And the XC means it's an inverter and a charger. And that's critical. You got to be able to charge from your shore power. So we ended up not doing the inverter, but we'll do the battery part, wire that into here, put a breaker on it, and everything should work just fine. So should be good there. Now we just got to do it. Oh, sorry, I'm just all over the place here. So this Xamp panel, unlike the Airstream panels, which are long and skinny, this thing is like normal sized for a 100 amp or 100 watt panel. But look at the profile on this thing. And I love the construction. You can move these mounts wherever you'd like on here. Yeah, I love the construction of it. It's super lightweight. It's super low profile. Here's some specs on it if anybody's interested. I have no idea what it costs, but it's a nice looking panel. Maybe I'll do a A/B test on our test rig. I'll take like a 100 watt rich solar and compare it, see if there's any difference. Now obviously this one's been sitting on the rig for a couple of years, but thanks for continuing to watch. If you thought about it, we'd love a subscribe from you, or leave a comment, a thumbs up, any of that stuff. It feeds the algorithm and it supports our channel, and we appreciate having you along for the ride. We got all the panels wired up and secured down. Let's show you what we got going on here. I think it worked out pretty well. Got all the holes covered up. And yeah. Not a lot to say here, just showing what we got done. I think I'm gonna try and, you can tell from the window over there, I think we got enough sunlight. I might try and get it out there and see what we can pull in. You gotta get that other battery hooked up first though. Okay, we've got the battery installed, or as installed as it's gonna be. So the customer has requested I leave this actually unsecured because I think they're gonna add a plywood bottom, which we do sometimes, but in this case customer wanted to do it. So we'll just put some of those wood blocks up there during transit. I don't think it's gonna go anywhere. He doesn't have far to go, he lives pretty close. I put a breaker on there, and I also added the heat shrink tubing to cover the lugs. Did that on all the positives. And I ended up drilling a set of holes in the back of the compartment. Let's see if we can show you how that worked. It came out of the back side of the compartment there and into the battery box right there. All the other wires came out of this hole, but there's no more room to add any more. So I was making another hole one way or another, so I thought that'd be more efficient to add it over there. And then let's take a look at the battery box. So what I did here is connected to the positive post here and the negative post all the way over here. And I tried to leave plenty of slack so we could move stuff around. But I think we're pretty good. We're in pretty good shape there now. And I left plenty of slack in here as well so that you could pull that battery out to work on it, because it's really tight in there. So I think what I'm gonna do next is actually pull this outside and verify that the solar is working correctly, and then we're about done with this one, but I'm not planning on the video being done just yet. Like I said, you're hanging out with me the whole week. Let's see what else we got to do. Well, we got her outside, and the sun is getting pretty low in the sky. There it is, it's pretty bright. So actually we're only getting about 4 amps into the batteries, which translates into about, what, 45, 50 watts? Which out of 600, That's not great, but like I said, the sun's pretty low in the sky, so that's probably about what it is. Also want to introduce you to the neighbor pup here. There's a little bear update. We got Solar Bear here, and this is Zuki. He's about 3 or 4, I think. There he is. Him and Bear are just like the best buds. They wrestle all day and chase balls and stuff all day. That's just what they do. Hey, Zuki, come on, that ball. Oh, hey, watch, I'll show you. All right, Zuki, you ready? Go get it. And he's gone. Zuki's way faster than Bear. Bear's already got that big dog thing where he's just like, I'm gonna let Zuki get it.
Give me the ball.
If anyone doesn't know, this is Austin, one of our boys. Maybe he'll make an appearance on the channel. You never know. Like actually working. He might need a summer job. What do you think?
Sun's still bright.
Sun's still bright, he says. All right, so this morning we had met a new friend, Orlando, here with the Taste of Chili. He's calling it the food van, and we're looking at maybe putting some solar on top. But I was really impressed with his electrical system, and maybe he can explain a little bit about the company he bought it from. Oh, Bear's here to say hi, and what happened here. So, what can you tell us about it?
So I purchased this in the fall from a company was based in New York. They were not a business. I built a few of these ones. There's still some around. Most of them has a battery system. Some other ones have I think it's a 40-something watt kilowatt generator in the back. I was attracted to this because of clean energy and a little innovation and with the food business in Minnesota. I like the idea. I like the quiet aspect of it.
Yeah.
And we are going to learn how to troubleshoot things as we go. I think it's a great idea to do that. And if we can add the solar aspect to it, I think it will be a great for business.
Bear, what?
Environment.
Bear, what? He's kind of being a little needy lately. Yeah. All right, well, what I was really impressed with, Orlando told me a little bit about the system before he came by today, and it turns out these are all EV modules, and the company appears to not be around anymore, but it's through 355 volts nominal, lithium ion. It's got a whole BMS system, CAN bus, data sharing, and how much power did you say was in here? In kilowatt?
Over 52.
52 kilowatts.
Yeah, I believe it's 17 each.
Yeah.
Each pack. We got 3 of them.
Wow.
And I have no clue of anything other than you plug it in and charge it. So yeah. Sean is gonna help me with that.
I'm gonna try. And then down here is the. This is where this is actually the inverter. It's like a 5 kilowatt, 4 kilowatt inverter that also outputs 12 and 24 volts. So that's pretty cool. Bear, what are you doing? That's all right. He's on. He's one of the cast members. Yeah. All right.
He's a good-looking one.
What?
He is the good-looking one.
I know. All right. So, yeah, and there's a whole system inside or whatever. Orlando, he's building it out inside to make it nice food van. And that's, I think some of you know who've been watching, we've been helping out another company that does pizza food trucks, or they use converted school buses. And I think this is the future of what would we call the industry overall? Mobile food
vendors,
yeah.
Full operation.
Just those generators are so loud and obnoxious, it ruins the experience.
I believe this is the way it should go.
Yeah, I agree.
We got 2 of this, and I think this is the way of the future. We'll change the name from we went from food trailers to food trucks, and now we're gonna go with food vans. I think that's where it's going.
Yeah. Well, if you make it up to Minnesota, downtown Minneapolis, sounds like look for this van. It'll probably be operational this summer, I would hope.
Oh yeah.
All right.
That's the goal.
Well, thanks for stopping by and sharing. Well, that's always good, getting to meet new people, see how other people are using just lithium battery technology. And we got, where are they? Here are the boys. This is, remember, for new viewers, hey, this is Bear. He's still the pup. And then this is his friend Zuki. Hey, Zuki. How are you, bud? Hey, he's not sure what you see. Bear's popping in there. Those are, yeah, okay. These are, I guess, our shop dogs. One is obviously ours, Bear. And then next door neighbor there, they have a dog door on their shop. So he comes over quite a bit. Anyway, no, you stay outside. Okay, let's look at what we got going on in the shop here today. So we got the other Class B, the what would we call this? The Leisure Wonder travel van. We're not doing a whole lot on this. Just putting a couple of solar panels up top, but I do want to talk about what's up there currently. And we're swapping out the battery to lithium. You know how we're doing. An SOK battery here again. And got that in there. We've been trying to leave some heat shrink over the positive terminal like that to just give it a little protection. And this has nice system. It's got the Xantrax XC inverter on there. Got all that taken care of. The other thing you want to make sure you do is, and we just got done doing this, is reprogramming your inverter, because that's the charger in a rig like this. Then we also reprogrammed the Go Power solar charger. So it's all set up for lithium. We did that. It's pretty simple. I'll just use the app for this one rather than the screen here. And then this one, there's plenty of videos online on how to do that. I'm not gonna bore you with that, but that's pretty simple. Nice little travel van here. As far as they go, I really like the inside on this one. A lot of cubbies and stuff. So up top, I want to show you what's going on there. I've got some existing flexible solar panels, and well, there's gonna be a lot of things going on this channel regarding flexible solar panels, especially on the next project. But I want you to look at this, and it might make you think twice about flexible solar panels. All right, up on the roof here, we've got two 100-watt panels, flexibles from Go Power. And we're going to be adding two more rigid panels on this side. The original plan was to do, I think maybe doing 200 or 400 rigid panels, but in the end, we've had some trouble pulling these off. So the thought was, well, let's just leave those as is, even though they're probably not doing great. And we'll get into why here in just a second. But we're just going to put two 100-watt panels here right next to them and go from there. Could probably even add one more over there if they really wanted to. So let's see if we can, we got to get real low angle like this to really see what's going on. Or let's see, we need the sheen a little bit. There you can kind of see it. See all those little divots in there? That's all hail damage. You can really see it on this panel. I guarantee you this panel is probably, I think it's doing good if we're getting 50% output out of it. And maybe we'll do a little output test once we get this outside. Maybe I'll configure this in a way so we can quickly kind of run one side versus the other side. But these just don't last. I know they're lightweight. I know they're really simple to install, but if you only need it to last a year, these are just fine. But if you want it to last longer than that, really consider rigid. I want to say even Rich Solar, who we buy a lot of solar panels from, they only warranty their flexible panels for 1 year. The rigid panels, I believe, are warranted for 25. So I think how long a company will warranty a product says a lot about how much or what they think about that product. So keep that in mind. That being said, there are some options in the flexible solar panel world that we are considering. So if you want to see more about that, definitely make sure to subscribe. I want to say in the next video or two, we're going to be talking about those. So, yeah. Anyway, I better get back to work on this so I can continue to pay for this wonderful place that we got. All right, from this angle, you can really see how beat up they are. But that's not actually what I want to talk about. Leisure travel vans really chose violence here. Completely covering this in Dicor. That's not going to be fun to splice into this. To tell you the truth, I'm almost thinking about, I don't know, I might almost cut these and splice in new MC4 connectors into it rather than, I don't even know if I can get all this off satisfactorily. I think I'm just making up words now. All right, we got quite a mess there, but I tried to tidy up as best I could. We got our new line ran to these two of the 100 watt rich solar panels. So I also chose a little bit of violence just to keep everything secure. So I'm thinking what we'll do is we will pull this outside, and then I can come up here and disconnect one side of it, and we will see what the difference is. It has a Bluetooth app, so I can take a couple of screenshots, and I'll show you the difference between whichever side is working. So we brought the rig outside in the sun, and it was starting to set. So we know it won't be too good, but we do see a difference. We see here we get 2.7 amps total, or that's about 35 watts. Then I disconnected the rigid panels, and it actually dropped to 0 altogether, although I did not take a screenshot. Next, we flipped the RV around, and we got about 0.9 amps into the battery from the charge controller. Then I connected the rigid panels back up again, and we went back up to 2.3 amps total. I'm estimating these flexible panels are only producing about 30% of their rated output. All right, we got this guy put away. That one's probably going to stick around for a little bit. The guy's going to pick it up in a bit, or I don't know, a week or two. It's so nice having this room here now where people can park something, and you know, we got a week or two to work on it, or even more. Got the once you know it, transmission in the van is giving us problems, so wife's got my truck. Solar bus is doing well. We've got I have to say, it's just beautiful. It's like 40-45 degrees here today in February now. We might be taking this down to Texas for spring break. I was playing around with the system here a little bit. If anybody hasn't seen our system before, this is what it looks like. I got to get that Lynx distributor cover back on there, don't I? Oh, it's always the cobbler's kids don't have shoes, right? I don't have a cover on there. Got a pretty nasty transmission leak back here. Oh, let's not talk about that right now. And over here, we got a little bit of solar panel testing. Just kind of playing around with something. Ran some solar wires through the old, I don't know if it was a dryer vent or what there, but ran some solar wires through there and connecting these panels up. Now, my plan was to also run some battery cables out there to test that ampere time or lead time battery. I know I've been teasing destroying that battery. Well, guess what? Look at it. It's 40-some degrees during the day here. We got nothing to test. It's too warm. I've thought about maybe putting it in a freezer, but it's just too warm right now. I can't, I don't know what we're gonna have to do on that. Now, what I may do is do some tests on like a near freezing. I'd like to test what happens when you discharge a battery when it's in the 40s or 30s. Do you get the same capacity out of it? I almost certainly know the answer, but I really want to have hard data, not, well, yeah, it's less. Because we all know if you've gone skiing with your phone doesn't last as long, or snowmobiling, or whatever you do in the cold. It's definitely something you want to be thinking about. Anyway, let's see. We got one more project I want to talk about a little bit. Then, of course, we got the Airstream here, which everybody's seen in the background for a while. We're planning on doing, I think, just 400 watts of solar on this using some newfangled flexible solar panels that don't have the same problems that the ones on the rig over there do. And then inside here, we're going to do the full Victron 3000 multi-plus charger, tow vehicle charger, dedicated wiring for that, so we're not relying on that 7-pin connector, because that is hot garbage. Everybody knows that. And we're going to have the bear hanging around. What did you get into, little bear? He's just... If you've ever had a 7-month-old puppy, you know what this is about right now. Look at him. Bear, say hi to everybody. There ain't nothing going on in there. Not yet, anyway. No, there's some, but if you ever come and visit, he's all bark, and he does have a lot of bark, but it won't take long for him to win you over, or you to win him over. Maybe it goes both ways. So we'll probably be starting on this week, or this one next week. We got some other little stuff going on. I think I got a little short school bus coming by just to do some quick solar. And you know, this is so great, the space we have now. We can do these little jobs. Before, I pretty much had to turn them down because we just didn't have the space and capability to do little jobs. And a lot of people, it just doesn't make sense for them to spend thousands and thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars on a system when they just need a battery and a couple solar panels. And I'm thrilled to be able to help people like that now. So I don't know that I have anything more. Oh, I keep teasing this. Oh, one more, just one more thing. And now I'm pretty thrilled we got this space all opened up now. I'm hoping to spend some time cleaning up in here and actually working on some organization. A little update here. I don't know what we've gone over before, but I've got, we're starting to carry more of our, like we got tilt brackets here, got some Renogy batteries, got a whole bunch of SOK batteries back there, all of our Victron stuff. Trying to have a good inventory of all the different things we use. Lots of Dicor. You need a case of that. But we've kind of just been putting things together as we go. And, you know, this is familiar. We had that in our garage before. And for right now, I'm using these rolling carts because they're built, they're here, they work. But I would like to build some longer things, maybe some bigger things. I'd love to have some kind of wire rack that I can just pull off what we need and quickly measure it. Got to figure out what am I going to do here with the pegboard. I know I want pegboard, but what should go there? I kind of am under a little bit of an analysis paralysis, to tell you the truth. I think I just need to start. This table came out really nice. Kind of my father-in-law, Dan, inspired me to build this. And it's pretty good. I was planning on putting a support in the middle there, but it's pretty solid. So maybe I'll just leave it open until there's a reason to do something different. Hoping to get this other lift out of here and back into the back shop, and that's coming together a little bit too. Got our office space here. Got a couple of US General cabinets. So this is what's left after we do an install. It's kind of messy. Now we got to clean it up. So if you're looking for someone like me to do something with solar or batteries on your RV or whatever, check us out at sotasolar.com. Just spelled like that. And I would love to hear from you. If you don't, and you just like watching what we're doing, love to have you here. Tell us what you think in the comments down below. What would you like to see more of? What are you really annoyed with? Annoying speech patterns that I have that just really grind your gears. Believe me, I have to edit this stuff down. I hate it too. No, but seriously, we thank each and every one of you, and we'd love to hear from you. Until next time, you take care, stay safe, stay charged, and I don't know.